Okay, so you have to start with primer. So you just put it on like a face cream like I'm doing there. Just kind of dab it on. Make sure to get it under your eyes and on your eyelids too so everything stays on. And then you want to wet your beauty blender, like put it under the sink and then wring it out for your foundation. It just makes it blend better. And then I put my foundation like right onto my face, but if you don't want to do that, you can put it on the back of your hand and like dab your beauty blender in and then blend it out. Okay, and then you start blending it out. Just kind of like dab it everywhere you want to blend in like small circles and make sure to get it like nice and smooth under your eyes, and then like around the corners of your nose you're going to want to like really blend that in because that's where it's going to crease. You also want to like go bring it down like into your hairline like I just was, and you want to bring it like down to like across your jawline like I just did there, so it's not like a solid line of foundation. And then that's so next is concealer. You just like you're gonna put it on your face just like I'm gonna do here. So you're going to want to put it under your eyes, a little bit on your forehead, on the bridge of your nose, and a little dot on the tip of your nose, tiny bit right on the edge of your chin, and then across your jawline on both sides. Then you're going to take the same beauty blender from your foundation and just blend that out. Make sure it's really like smooth looking, just like the foundation. You don't want the creases. And when I do eyeshadow, I like to blend it on top of my eye too to prime the color that's going on top of it. So now you're gonna powder basically everywhere that you just put concealer just to set everything in and make sure nothing moves. I like to do it with a sponge, but you can do it with a brush. Just like circle your brush in the powder and then go and dab like under your eyes, over your nose a little bit, more in your jawline and your forehead, and that'll just set everything in. Once you're done placing it, you're gonna clean your brush off and then go back in and dust off any like excess powder so nothing looks cakey and creased. So now is when you do bronzer, so you're gonna circle your brush in the bronzer and tap it off. You're gonna use the angled fluffy brush, and then you make the fish face kind of thing and go along your jawline with the bronzer, and you bring it up a little bit around your cheekbone. You're also going to want to bring it like down your jawline to accentuate like your jaw. And just really make sure that's blended. Blend that into your hairline too. And then when you get to your forehead, you're going to blend a little bit like over the just about your hairline, but make sure it's all blended into your hairline, and you want to blend that in just tiny little circles. If it's too dark for your liking, just use your beauty blender to lighten it up a bit. And then this is for the blush. You do the same thing, dip your brush in, and then it goes right on top of your bronzer pretty much. Like not on top of it, but just above where you put your bronzer, which I put it on like just above my bronzer, and I also like to put a little bit on my nose just so it's a little bit more color to my face. So now you're gonna start your eyeshadow. Take the angled brush you have and dip it into a light brown shade. That's gonna go all over your crease. I tried to show the colors, but it didn't show up that well on the camera, so I'm just gonna have to describe it. But so you just take that light brown and that's all over your crease and then the outer corner of your eye as well. Make sure it's really nice and blended so it doesn't give you like a solid line. So you're going to want to dust your brush off between colors because you're going to use the same angled brush for this part. You're going to take a slightly darker brown and put that just in the tiny little crease part of your eye, not all over like you did with the light brown. Just kind of like adds like contours to it. I like to blend this in a little bit in my outer corner as well. This is just how I like to dust my brush off when I change colors. So now you're going to take your darkest brown and like the small fluffy brush and just really lightly put it on the brush, and you're going to just kind of tap it onto the outside, just the outside corner of your eye. The eye I just did kind of looks a little bit messy, that's why I just went to the other eye. But you're only going to want to put a tiny bit of dark color and then really blend it out. Like you want to only blend it into your outer corner and drag it a little bit up into your crease. I also like to go under my eye with one of the light brown shades to tie it all in. And this part you can do it with your finger. I use a brush, but you just take like a white kind of nude color and put that on your lid, which is gonna prime for when you got like the shimmery color coming on. Which I just do that on both eyes. You don't want to bring it too far into the outer corner or else you're going to cover up the dark color that you just put on. And then you're going to go in with like a sparkly shimmer, whatever color you want, and pat that just on top of where you put the nude colors. And then I like to put a little bit of the shimmery shade on the inner corner of my eyes too, and then just under the arch of my eyebrow to highlight everything. For this part you can also use your highlighter color if you want, it all like works the same. And then for my highlighter, this is just how I like to use my finger to put it on. So you just circle your finger a little bit in the highlight color, put some on your cheekbones, both sides, a little bit on your nose. So you're going to put some on the bridge of your nose and then at the tip of your nose, but you don't want to like have a continuous line. You want to have that little bit of a break. Sometimes I also like to put it on the top of my lip and my chin. And then you're going to take your setting spray and just spray it all over your face, and then I like to fan it in just so it dries faster. This will just make sure that nothing rubs off or creases and everything stays in place through the day. And then I just curl my eyelashes and do mascara. If you make any mistakes with your mascara, you can just take a wet Q-tip, put some like either makeup remover or water on it, and just wipe that mascara off while it's still wet. I didn't show how to do your lips in this video, but if you're going to put on lip gloss, make sure to go over your lips with some makeup remover so there's no foundation on your lips because that just doesn't look good. And then that's it.